Hey everyone, my name is Jamie, and this is my Capstone project. It's called the Allied Empowerment Initiative, and it's an employee empowerment and connection program that I started at my husband's company. And the point of it is to follow along with our company vision. So my husband's company vision is to enrich our employees' lives by providing opportunities for growth through training, reading, and personal development. So we want to show our employees that we are fully invested in them, in their choice of career. We want to show that we're appreciative of them for choosing us, and just be there and show that support and encourage them to be better and live their lives to the fullest and have everything that they need. So in order to do that, we have started other programs here too that kind of go along with that vision, but the employee program specifically, it encourages them to take time once a month to cultivate and build relationships here with their coworkers and with us. So what is it all for? It's for encouraging healthy working relationships. We want them to have good relationships with us, to trust us, to be able to communicate with us, but also with their coworkers. It allows employees the comfort and trust of engaging with leadership and management in a more informal setting, which builds rapport and trust, obviously. Encourages communication and healthy banter. We do like a little bit of healthy competition, and that banter comes along with it, and it builds teamwork. Creates opportunities for mentorship, trust, and respect. We want them to know that they can come to any of the leadership, regardless of, who we are, and to be able to talk to us and ask us for things if they need things, or if they need, whatever it is. They need to leave early for family. They need to, whatever. We're not going to punish them for that, because we want them to know that they can trust us and we have their best interest at heart. A fun and free activity to take a break from the everyday stresses of life, and to provide opportunities to build confidence. And that confidence actually creates better and happier employees, and we want that for them. We have dubbed this program the Third Thursday Thing, so that no matter what, it's always on a Thursday. That is how this program started. In the process of doing this capstone, we have actually added in more things. So my husband, the CEO, decided that he would like to also include offsite leadership activities, and then we also wanted to include families and couples. So it's kind of color coordinated that way. The blue was actually for off season, because during off season we have about 15, 16 year-round employees. And then during peak season, we can have anywhere from 20 to 25. So during peak season, obviously that's going to change a little bit for budget. Family, we've just allotted the same budget no matter what. So regardless of the peak employees, the budget will stay the same, because those family activities are right kind of at the beginning and at the end of those peak season. So let's get right into that budget then. So during off season, we have figured about $150 per activity. And then for peak season, about $200. For families, about, and offsite leadership is about $1,000. And then the $3,500 for our Christmas party is about what it ends up being. Obviously, this is more like for supplies, refreshments, and stuff like that. We want to try and keep the activities somewhat available to us, in the sense that we can bring our own supplies in. And obviously, that's not always going to be the case, but there can be some fluctuation. This is just a base. And obviously, this will grow depending on how many people we keep year-round in the future. So that was the budget. Our first activity we did in January. It was a really, really quick timeline, obviously, to get this in place because of the Capstone class. So we did game night in January, and we had about, like I said, of our 16 year-round employees, we had about 12 there. So it was a great, great turnout, great attitudes, great support for the first activity. I was a little nervous about it, but it was awesome, and I am really, really proud of that one. The second activity, on the schedule, it actually said learn a skill. Due to time constraints, and we couldn't get anybody from the leadership team to volunteer for a skill that we all wanted to learn. So we were all throwing ideas out and nobody would volunteer for anything. It was kind of whatever. Anyway, we ended up changing it. So we moved learn a skill to later on in the year. One, it's actually going to be CPR training, and we wanted to save that one for when we have more people. So it would be more beneficial for our employees. So our second one ended up being bowling night. So this was just the other night. And again, we had a 12 initially RSVP'd, and then the day of we had 2 people that were actually sick. And so they ended up not coming in, which is appreciative and sad at the same time. So it's not a great picture. Only got 4 of them in there, but we did have 10. All in all, the program, I mean, it's just the beginning. So the third Thursday thing, the initial program just started with the one activity. Like I said, it expanded now. We have the family activities planned, the offsite leadership activities planned. And then we've also decided to throw in an incentive program in there. So we're going to add that in here in the next few months as well. This capstone project is just a capstone project, but this is not done. This is just the beginning. This is a year-long program, so you're just seeing 2 activities out of 12 monthly activities. That's not including the rest of the things. And this is a program that we plan to recycle and implement year after year. So, I mean, a lot of the activities we can probably redo and recycle, but we want to come up with more ideas. And obviously, they're going to have to change budget too, because as the company grows, as we keep more on year round, this will get bigger as well. And so that is the program. I really, really like it so far. And so far, there's been good feedback from the employees. So I hope you guys like it too. And thanks.